recording. Hello, um, and welcome to my 2023 video game music list. Hello, Jaguar, as well. And again, hello to VivTech now that the recording started. Um, I played a whole bunch of games in 2023, and I came up with the idea, I think, January 2024, like, hey, I listen to a lot of cool music too, and I wanted to share it. And so I have here a top 15 list and two honorable mentions um, from the games I played in 2023. Uh, Something I thought of, just before starting here, I will link my sheet here of the 2023, 2024 as well, but 2023 games that I played. Um, and maybe you can look at those games and maybe if you've played them, you can take a guess as to what's going to appear on this list. Of course, it is very much um, dependent on my personal preferences. Uh, that's just how that is. And this is the first list, so it might be difficult to gauge that. Um, the There's no like restriction within the top 15 as to how many times a game can appear. If one game just has a couple songs that I like and they make the top 15, it'll be there. I believe there is one game in this list with four songs. The honorable mentions, however, those were for games that did not appear, did not get a song in my personal top 15, but I felt that they were, notable, and it felt like a good thing to sort of highlight more games when I could. I did upload, record the audio and upload a private video on YouTube to check the copyright audio, and there is one song in this list here that I don't want to play, I think. Um, and it is the first song. So I guess we'll just get right into it with the first song that I cannot play. Um, it is Dynamite from the game Control. Um, this song is a cover of a real life song that I believe is also called Dynamite. It's by a band named Mud. Um, and so, basically it's like the same song, but they changed some of the lyrics that directly relate to the game Control. And it's like, I think that's super cool. Um, uh, God, don't lose what I'm trying to say here. Control is sort of I feel like it really encapsulates control is what I wanted to say here. It really encapsulates sort of what control becomes because at the very beginning, control is sort of like a uh, mysterious kind of game, and I wouldn't say it devolves because it's a good thing. It evolves into something less mysterious as you play through the game. Dynamite is really just like the cherry on top there. Um, I did include a video in my playlist, if which I'll link the playlist, of course, at the end, and make it public because it's not public right now. So if you do want to listen to that song, I do think it's best experienced in the game, after playing through the portions before it. Um, but if you do want to listen to it, there's a video in the playlist, and it's super cool. Somebody edited gameplay clips to go along with it. It actually just straight up makes the game look better than it is. So a very cool video. Um, but that's the first honorable mention. So yeah, Control does not appear in the rest of the list. Um, Take Control is a notable like heavy metal song that's in the game, and I do enjoy heavy metal, uh, but I would say not every song is going to be to my taste. Even though that is a very nice song, and it does play at a very does meld with the gameplay in its section very well. Second honorable mention here, we'll get into the actual music now. We have Hospital from Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. Look at the, yeah, you can see the title here. Cool. So Hospital here plays at the rest area of Wonder Boy. It's actually like a kind of a redundant area because it's not really optimal at all to pay money for health when you can just farm the respawning enemies for hearts. Even so, this music, which is a sort of like slow piano version of the overworld theme, it's super chill. It's kind of like a stream starting music, which is like, those are always nice to listen to when they do it right. It is just like a short loop here that's, nice and smooth. I like hearing it, it's like can blend into the background well. And it makes my honorable mention here. 20 seconds, we'll let it play out as I do this. And we, in like 10 seconds, we'll transition into the first song of the top 15 here. This is Free Money from Pikuniku. This song, I love the hi-hat percussion thing, yeah. The song plays at the very beginning of the game. It's the first thing you experience. A nice, high energy, upbeat type of music. I'm a big fan of those. You're going to see a lot of that type of music in the list. Yeah. Pikuniku has a lot of these types of songs as well. Just nice, energetic, a little like wacky, right? Like kind of like a unique music sound to it. I am a fan of this. It's coming to an end right now. It's a short song. Number 14. We have It's Safe Now from Hotline Miami. Hotline Miami's soundtrack is I think it's really good and it fits the game, but it's kind of not really my kind of music. It's very like heavy and sort of dark. And I find myself kind of like I couldn't find myself putting a lot of the songs in the top 15. Besides this one, because It's Safe Now is easily like the most like light of the Hotline Miami songs. It's it's actually kind of a calm song for Hotline Miami, where you run around and you kill people, strategically kill people specifically. And this is sort of like a rest area kind of break song, I guess. No, it's really nice. I am a fan of this type of music. Listen to like 10 more seconds and then move to the next one, just looking at the time here. Of course, I will post a playlist if you want to hear all the songs without me talking over them. Let's move on to number 15. Oh, you can see you here. Die Anywhere Else from Night in the Woods. This is like a... Hey, Sekas. This is like a kind of like a garage band type of song, it feels like. If you listen to it, it does feel very simple. But I do think even with that, I don't consider that super negative. Streams falling behind, it's all right. You'll get to hear all of it eventually. This song is simple, but I think it's very catchy. And it does an interesting thing where this song does have lyrics, but you never actually hear the lyrics. You see them on the screen in the game. There are covers here, online covers on YouTube where they'll actually sing the lyrics. And it is like a very interesting like lyrical composition. I guess like the what's being said here, I just want to die anywhere else, sort of like kind of that feel of like being stuck in a town and you just want to get out, right? I think is what this is kind of encapsulating. Um, it is maybe a bit low on the list here, primarily because sometimes when I try to remember what this song sounds like just on my own, I'll end up just transitioning into Weird Autumn instead. This part's really good. If they ever hear my name, na, 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 na. I like this part. Yeah. Just won't die anywhere else. Na, 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 na. Yeah. I think it's coming to an end, right? 10 seconds. Yeah. Right into we have Boat Butts from A Short Hike. Um, Short Hike has a lot of nice upbeat music, but it's all very kind of blends together. I feel like I almost don't hear it sometimes when I'm playing the game. But this song in particular really caught my ears, with its sort of additional sense of adventure, if I guess is what it feels like. It really feels like you're going out there and discovering something. Yeah, Boat Buds, I believe it plays during the sailing sections of the games where you're in the boat. I would imagine so. So you would actually in-game be on the sea, sailing. Quite nice. The boat, it's a very, yeah, I don't know if sailing's the right word actually. I think it's like a little motorboat kind of thing. It is a long song. We'll get to 10 more seconds here. Listen to this part. That reminds me of Sonic Unleashed. That's interesting. I may have to check the music of Sonic Unleashed out. Well, I know Sonic has a lot of good songs. But I think we'll move on to number 11 here. Back to Pikuniku. This is the club. Wait for the drop here. Yep. So as you'd expect, this plays in the club. It's what do I want to say here? The club is, restricted access. You actually have to find an item, which I believe you get sort of naturally because you need it to progress the story. And the bouncer lets you in. And this is the music that just plays. And it's just it's really kind of weird, but I like it a lot. The club also has a DDR mini game, not to this song for some reason. There's a different song, and this is just the background music that plays. It's coming to an end, so I gotta prepare for the next one, which is very short. 10 here in the top 10, we have Boom Bloom Blast from Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. This plays the first boss. It's a giant pig. It's very upbeat, energetic, really fun. It's by far the shortest song on this list, though. Reads very quickly. So you're only gonna hear it for 26 more seconds. The random flute solo at the end here, big fan of that too. Previous song reminds me of the Pokemon Diamond Game Corner. Well, I haven't listened to that music in a while. Sonic and Mario Winter. Yeah, Sonic and Mario Olympic Games has some good stuff. Anyway, number 9 here, Back to Night in the Woods. It's Video Outpost 2. The title, by the way, references the store Video Outpost 2, which, the character questions does that mean it's the second store, or and I don't think it's actually explained. But this is a nice, smooth song. I really think it encapsulates the feel of elevator music, which, elevator music sort of an interesting thing. I feel like there's music that plays in an elevator. I thought it was top one from each game. I understand now. I think there's music that plays in an elevator, and then there's elevator music, and that's like a different sort of like musical art form right here. That if you can make that type of song that like you can kind of listen to this in the background and it can fade in, it can fade back out into the background, and it's still good. I think that's a real achievement, and I think this song really succeeds at it. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna listen to it for a little bit, I guess. Takes skill to make a song that's a vibe you don't get tired of. Absolutely. All right. I think it's a good place to move on to number 8 here. This is Aurelia Fandango. Drums. So, Rules of Aurelia, I think is like not a very good game, but the music is like pretty nice. Um, kind of like that smooth sort of. This is like a driving game, so this is like a song that plays while you're driving, I guess. I think it works really well, and it's kind of unfortunate that the game is like it made no sense. I didn't understand what was happening. The driving was just like it was just happening. But the music, this is a cool song, and I am a big fan of it. Some new idea here. Good opportunity for me to drink some water. And now we're coming to the end here as we move on to number 7. I've completely list again at the end. It's fine. This is Toastopia from Pikuniku. Um, really upbeat. The notes are quite up there. Um, big fan. There's also like a little like shift here coming up, and I am a fan of that as well. Um, the song plays at the extra one of the extra areas where you jump into a toaster. Um, like I didn't actually play the level because it was like an extra thing, extra content. But I was like, when I jumped into the toaster and was at the beginning of the level, I was like, wow, this song is pretty cool, and it's stuck in my head. I got this part as well. Um, it's just another one of those like upbeat, happy, sort of wacky songs from Pikuniku that I am a fan of. Not that much left. I could sort of go back here and update the whole list so far. All right, number 6 coming up is I think it's a bit of a weird one, um, but there's something about it I really like. So it's up here. Have Lost from Oxenfree. So Oxenfree actually has like a ton of songs that are like um, very sort of in the same way Hotline Miami. Um, Hotline Miami is like very like energetic, heavy, kind of pumping music. Oxenfree has a lot of that music as well, and it's like it's good. It's kind of just not so much for me, I think. Um, this song, which is like super super simple, it's just like a little humming, a little ukulele. Um, I don't know. There's something like really serene and calming about it. Um, that that just really works for me personally. Um, considering the way this game is, maybe it's a little creepy as well. I think everything else though wins out over that for me. Um, sort of like a nice calming song in this weird, like crazy, supernatural mystery game. About to get into the top five here. Yep. The other word vibes is Pikanuka one is Vibely. Cool. Weird Autumn, I mentioned it previously, Night in the Woods. Every time I try to get into Die Anywhere Else, without actually having it in my ears, I'm always in this song here. Weird Autumn. Yeah. Weird Autumn is the second band song, with Die Anywhere Else being the first one. Um, so similarly, it has lyrics that you don't actually hear. Have you seen her today? Weird Autumn, Weird Autumn. I only knew her a week before she went away. It's very very catchy. Um, it's the song like when I think of Night in the Woods, this is the one I remember because like it's very catchy. It does have that garage band feel as well. I really like the garage band clapping effect. Um, if you ever listen to Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid, it has the garage band claps at the beginning. Oh, here they are. Big fan of that. Really is one that just gets stuck in my head. We could listen to the whole thing. 147. Yeah, we could definitely listen to the whole thing. Number four here, another Night in the Woods song. It's Robot Builder. This one's super weird. Um, really industrial, I guess is the way I feel about it, right? You hear like the beeps and bloops. Um, it's also very, very catchy. Plays in the, I think the second Greg Hangout where you build a robot with him. Um, and like I think you play like a dress up game, mini game, um, to this song. And like while I was doing like the very simple dress up game stuff, I'm like, this song is like this beat is like crazy. It's very unique. I think that makes it stand out a lot. And it is the highest Night in the Woods song in the year. With Night in the Woods, as we we can listen to a little bit while I go back to this. You can see Night in the Woods here with 4. Sounds slightly Baroque or medieval. I am a fan of like medieval type of music. Almost like a harpsichord in the back, yeah. And there's this part here too. This one I'm not 100% sure about, but it's nice too. you are right about like a harpsichord kind of sound, and I am definitely a big fan of that sort of medieval music. So what's that thing called? Like bardcore, where they like take regular songs and make them sound like old songs. Big fan of that thing. Um, we're near the end. We could listen to the rest, even though it's like very loopy. Um, before we get into the top three here. Number three here, it's from Multiversus, the Steven Universe, the Sky Arena stage music. I am a huge fan of big orchestral type of songs, so, and of course I had to play, hours of this game, right? CPU tournaments, but even so, every time the Steven Universe stage came on, I was like, yes, get to hear this song. Bardcore is fun, yes. I believe it is an orchestral rendition of the main theme of Steven Universe. What was it called? Crystal Gems? We Are the Crystal Gems, I think is what the song is called. I imagine that's a cool song, but I think definitely the orchestral thing is what's elevating it for me. Big fan of the big sort of majestic horns, the strings. Yeah. This is a long one, so we'll listen to like 10 or 20 more seconds and move on to number two here. Oh, we got the horn part playing the melody. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, of course there's lots more of this, but let's go on to number two. We have Wheels of Aurelia from Wheels of Aurelia. This is like the intro song, of course plays during a very cool cinematic intro sequence here. There's the horns. Yeah, it gave me hope for this game, is I guess what I want to say. And I am very sad that I just don't understand the game. The song does undergo some like big transitions. There's going to be lyrics later on, so we'll definitely listen to more of it to get the full thing. Yeah. That intro is easily my favorite part of this, but the rest of the song's cool too. Some Italian here. I believe it's talking about driving a car. You can still hear that guitar and stuff in the background. Is this English? It's Italian. Italian. I'll put it in chat for you just so you know immediately. Italian. Yeah. It sounds like Spanish phonics. Yeah, I mean, similar languages. Spain and Italy, very close to each other. I think there's like another big transition near the end, so I guess we'll listen to the whole thing, It's a top 2 song for me of 2023. games that I played, of course, not games that came out in 2023. Feels like a rally. And then there's this kind of interesting section here happening. All right, I believe we're getting to the end here. Yep, just a couple more seconds as we get to the number one song of my personal music list for, from uh, Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. This is A Fertile Wood at Heart. Oh, Um, I'll just let it play for a little bit.
We won't pay our taxes, we've got rent and we've got bills. There's layers to
There's
his
a
mind and his bureaucratic thrills.
Turnip Boy, it's an interesting game. Although you got the background coming in, right? Uh, where like it's very simple, but something about it just really meshed with me. Where it was like it's kind of just a fun thing. And then this here, which plays in the credits, it's like a little cap on the at the end everything on like a nice, nice cool, upbeat, uplifting little finish here. Uh, yeah, it's like a little like kid song almost, right? Like a little like song you will play to your kid, or to a little kid, maybe you're babysitting. I do like that music as well. You don't really hear it that often, I think, in video games, but it's very nice. Some credit songs are built different, yes. A good credit song is always very appreciated, even if it's like not even my type of music. A credit song that clearly has effort put into it. This is a song where there's no voice acting at any point, and then there's this right at the end. Um, Very nice to hear. We'll listen to the rest as I do this. That's my top 15 for 2023. Um, I guess if I can, yeah, that's the end. I guess if I could go to my playlist, beautiful playlist. There's that Control Dynamite video that I don't want to play. I'll set it to public. Somehow it has 100 views, even though it's been private this whole time. How that works. Um, but I'll make it public, and then I guess I just click this, and I will put that in the chat there, and I'll link it wherever else it needs to be linked. And there it is. Uh, 2023 video game list. Got some recommended stuff there. But that is the end.